And then if you have extra slack, what you can do is coil it here at the base. As a completely
You take that coil part?
Nah, you don't. It's just more there in case you need to move the camera a few feet.
Yeah.
I usually put like 5 feet slack with the camera. This looks a lot better.
Do autofocus for these type of lectures. I already set up that one, Steven. So autofocus is literally just manual auto.
Does the focus lock once you do that?
It just automatically adjusts to whatever it needs to be. And since you'll be like moving around and stuff. So this will be the wide shot.
Okay. Are you really
So the wide
adjusting
shot.
as the going up? I turned it on. Oh, or turned it.
You already turned it on?
Yeah.
Is it off now?
It looks like it's still on.
So basically, if you're on this camera, all you would do is set the best shot possible to make sure everything that needs to be in view is in view, and everything that doesn't isn't. So like in this situation, you want the podium, the camera, and the screen. The only reason you move it is like also make the speaker, like if it's just. And if people are asking questions.
All right, you should be getting me now on one of these microphones. Hopefully you Okay, so you should be getting me on 2 sets of microphones at the same time. One right here, one right there. I'm walking in the back over to you. Do you get me on this one? Do you get me on this one?
guided through this journey, because everybody, as a traveler, you need the maps, you need the direction. This is another way to give you all the resources that is available for you to be successful. Before I go and to introduce our president, we would like you to briefly introduce yourself, where you work, why you chose LTU, very quickly, so we can move forward and go with the program. We'll start with you.
Nina.
Thank you.
I'm Gloria. I work for an insurance agency, and I chose LTU because I came last year to the graduate capstone program, and it was really cool. And none of the other colleges I was looking at had such a cool program, so that's why I'm here.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Dimple Somil and I'm from India. I have graduated in 2015 with electronics and telecommunication, and I work for a startup as a database administrator. And I have chosen LTU because of the course and the curriculum which LTU is providing is of my interest.
Thank you.
Hello everybody, I'm Disha Yoshi. I'm from India as well. And I completed my MBA in 2012 and I've been with CoM for the past 4 years. And I was into primary data research, content writing and all. So I just wanted to start again. And the program which LTU is offering is like a good blend of project management and IT. So I thought I should give a chance to it.
Thank you.
May I ask you a question? If you face the camera, then you are going to be in Hollywood soon. So you may like to stand up so they can see if you don't mind.
There you go.
Hi, my name is Andrea. I'm from Venezuela. I work for an IT staffing agency last year, and that's how I developed some interest in IT. I live in Southfield, so the Wednesday was really close, and I really like the curriculum, so I'm here.
Thank you.
Thank you. You have to go here. Okay.
Hi, I'm Kylie. I work in LTU Athletics in the Sports Information Department, and I'm here because it was a great opportunity for my career.
Hi, my name is Adrian. I work for a telecoms company in the Detroit area. I am furthering my career as an IT professional, and I chose LTU because of the curricular activities as well as the friends that go here. Said it was a really good school. So.
I'm Andrew. I work in LTU Athletics as well as recreation game management coordinator, and chose LTU because it was a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yes.
okay. My name is Mohammed Isawi. I'm from Egypt. I just get my master's degree in mechanical engineering last week. So I said, okay, I'm gonna looking for another degree until I find a job. So I'm looking for a job and do master degree. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ravi Shankar. I'm from India as well. I did my master's degree from IIT Delhi, and I'm working for FCF since last 6 years. I have chosen my LTA because LTU has a classes near to Chrysler building, Chrysler campus. So I chosen MBA in project management.
Hi, I'm George Barnes. I have a bachelor's in business. I got from a university in Downport, Iowa, St. Ambrose University. I got moved up here. The government relocated some of its people to Detroit Arsenal, so I've been helped with that. Now I decided, since I've done a lot of IT work with government, I wanted to get a master's in IT. And Lauren said I like the mix of curricular here and the
my undergrad was at Kettering, I thought it was kind of a natural progression, if you would, and also because of the relationship with Fiat Chrysler.
Hi everyone, my name is Fani. I'm from India as well. I completed my graduate in mechanical engineering, and I want to change my path to IT, so I'll choose LTU.
Hello everyone, I'm Abhijit. I work with FCA as well. I completed my master's in mechanical like 4 years ago, working since then, so thought now's the time to move towards management, and Meena convinced me for that. Sure.
I'm Stephanie DeYoung. I work at FCA right now too, and I picked LTU for a similar reason because they work really well with FCA. I graduated from Michigan State with a degree in mechanical engineering, so this seemed like a good opportunity to see the business side of everything.
Hi, I'm Sam Oler. I work at FCA. I chose this program, it's because of the relationship with Chrysler. Second, because my wife pushed me.
Good man.
We have our faculty and staff here. I would like to take a couple of minutes to have them introduce themselves. Matt.
Good morning. My name is Matthew Cole. I'm a PhD in cognitive and social psychology. My area of research interest is strategy, strategic thinking, research methods, business statistics. And I teach business statistics, so you'll get me when you take that course. And I teach also at the graduate level organization development and change. And I teach at the undergraduate level the first course, Principles of Management, which I teach online, and I teach human resources. Welcome. I'm glad that you're here. You'll have a good journey. We'll help you succeed.
Stephen.
Hi, my name is Shi Hui Xiao. I also go by Stephen. I got a PhD from University of Kentucky, major in decision science and information system. My personal research interest is the social media analytics. So I analyze social media data. So if you are interested in social media data, you can come to talk to me. My office is the 309C. And this semester, this is my first semester, so I'm going to teach business analytics and data mining in graduate level, and system analysis and design in undergraduate level. So I hope you will have a productive semester here, and welcome. Thank you.
Tony.
Hello, my name is Tony Zhang. I got my PhD in accounting and I teach accounting and finance here, both in undergraduate course and in master level course. And actually, I travel a lot around the world. I stay several years in Canada to finish my undergraduate and master degree in finance. And then I travel to Hong Kong to finish my PhD in accounting. Finally, I travel here and settle down in our LTU. Hope you guys, like me, feel the feeling of go back home. So, thank you.
Diana.
I'm Diane Karen from e-learning services and support the faculty with teaching strategies, curriculum development, and our team also is supporting the virtual delivery to your other fellow students. Mariana's been introduced.
Hi. I'm first going to introduce some students that are watching this online right now. So we have Vincent. He is a manager at Ford Motor Company, and he's looking to further his education at LTU. We have William Pacer. He is also working for Fiat Chrysler automotive industry, and he's a manager and as well wants to further his career. We have Dave Gorman, who's actually coming back to LTU to complete his MBA, and he works for the Detroit Arsenal. And then Kevin Sporka is from CoM, Michigan, and he received his bachelor's in accounting and marketing at Oakland University and decided to go to LTU because of its reputation, the campus, and good referrals from friends. And now I'm Mariana Hernandez. I'm the administrative assistant at the College of Management. You will see me at the office next door, at the front office, anytime you come to speak to our advisors or try to register, and I'm really happy to help any of you with any questions you have in your future.
Marisa.
Hi, I'm Marissa Fetnall. I'm an academic advisor in the College of Management. I've been with LTU for 6 years. Before working in the College of Management, I worked at the one-stop center in the registrar's office. Happy you're here.
Good morning. I'm Jackie Starvis. I've been with Morris Tech for 18 years. Prior to coming here, I worked in high tech development. Did my doctorate at Case Western Reserve University. I was very interested in the human side of management. So in my early years teaching here, I taught marketing management, the strategy course. I taught org development, org development, again, the capstone course, leadership. So it's happy to consider this a great place, and that's why I keep on teaching.
Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie James. I'm also an academic advisor in the College of Management. My undergraduate degree is in Human Resource Development from Oakland University, and I also have a master's degree from Oakland in counseling with a specialization in student affairs. And I'm really happy, graduated about a year ago this time, so I'm really happy to make my full-time job serving all of you.
Dr. Ragavan.
Oh, I'll be on the spot. No, that's what happens when coming late. I'm Sri Raghavan, the College of Management. Been here for donkey's years, so I don't have enough fingers to count how many years. So anyway, welcome aboard. We are really glad that you're all chosen Lawrence Tech, and we make sure that you don't make bad choices.
By the way, those who are pursuing a master degree, he is the person who started the first master degree at LTU. MBA is the first master degree which LTU started in 1980.
1989.
So this is the oldest graduate program here.
The earliest.
That's right.
Small words, big business.
Thank you. Today I'm going to introduce you to three individuals who are here who lead the university and our college. Dr. Virender Mudgal, President and CEO of Lawrence Tech University, is here to welcome you to this great university. Dr. Mudgal has served as President and CEO since 2012. During his time, university has experienced many growths, rise in ranking, increased opportunities for our students and our faculty. He is a decorated scientist and one world-renowned researcher and academician who has received numerous federal grants, awards, and has trained hundreds of students at the undergraduate, graduate, and doctoral, postdoctoral level in field of biology. He has chaired many scientific sessions around the world. Few examples include China, India, France, Yugoslavia, Netherlands, Spain, and Israel. And the list goes on, and I can be here for another 5 minutes. He has published more than 250 in high-impact research journals, 9 books, and his area of research is in hormone action and its role in cancer. As you can see, his contribution to academia has been exemplary. As our president and CEO, he brings great pride and recognition to our university. He is a true visionary. Let's welcome Dr. Virender Mudgal, our president and CEO.
Thank you, Meena. Please share this recording with my wife, who thinks I'm wasting time. Thank you. Very generous. I want to welcome you all, especially because having been in academy for a long time as a graduate student, from late 60s to today, so I don't want to tell you that's almost getting close to 45 years when I've been in the academic world. And that has also taught me a lot of things that I like to share, very few because the time is limited. There are two, first of all, welcome and good morning. Namaste to our friends from India, and Sobal Khair, those who understand Arabic or Urdu. I have learned that, given my ancient background, there are two types of marriages: love marriage and those arranged by parents. In love marriage, the boy and girl know each other. They convince the parent that is the way to go, and they agree. And the Western world, usually it's a love marriage. Boy meets girl in a restaurant or somewhere, and they move forward. And they have a deep love because of which they marry each other. But in arranged marriage, which is what refers to those of us in this room who did not know Lawrence Tech, who didn't come here because of our reputation, who did not come here because we were world-renowned, but because it was nearby. That's fine. But in arranged marriage, once you get together, you start living, adjusting to each other, learn about each other, and the love grows. So my parents married. I'm an aristocrat, no education. The most loving couple I know for 60, 70 years. I hope your stay here will allow you to experience Lawrence Tech in its best. You have faculty who are very close to you. It's a personalized education. You will know them all personally. They will know you, your name and your background. And we have some salient features of Lawrence Tech education for business management. Among them, the case studies. I was so impressed by, I have been into every single expression of case study done by this college, where you take the largest company in the world who have opportunities in Detroit area, and we do case study and analyze their business plans and their stock market, everything. And that is very important. The other one is that it merges information technology, for example, was one of the top 50 programs in the country and top 25 online. So it's not only we are humble, we are also highly ranked institution. And for that reason, I believe that you made the right decision, whether it was a love marriage or it was an arranged one, but it was a good marriage. We'd like to welcome you, and I'm available around the clock, and some of you may get tired seeing me every day. But we are available and accessible, as are our faculty and staff, because we come to work to serve you. When I became president, the first speech I gave, and we said on behalf of this university, and my colleagues who are faculty and staff here shared that, it's all about students. We had our careers. We published, we got the job, we got promotions. It's not about anymore about us, it's about you. It's about the students. How can we be service to you? How can we make you a leader that you already are and go even higher up? How can you reorient your previous training to mix with business? A good example. I hear many of you have a bachelor in mechanical engineering or some engineering area. Mr. Donnelly, who was a student here in 40s, became chairman of the board of trustees later. He was an engineer who started a business, and if you understand the business world, became eventually the chairman or president of American Chamber of Commerce. That's as high you can go in business. So he merged engineering degree with business experience and really elevated himself. That opportunity is with every one of you. And we are here to push you a little further towards that goal. And the rest is up to you. So welcome. We're very happy and proud you're with us.
Thank you.
Yes.
Right. Good.
Okay, now it's working. Right now, my pleasure is today to introduce you our second person in command for this university, Dr. Maria Paz, Vice President of Academic Affairs and Provost. She is known as one of the most versatile and innovative engineering education leader in this country. She has been here at LTU for more than 30 years. She is a professor, academician, and researcher in the field of physics. Under her leadership, many new graduate and undergraduate programs has been started, including doctoral program at LTU. She has helped our university in establishing international partnership in Europe, India, Middle East, China, and Canada. Let's welcome Dr. Maria Paz.
Can you hear me? Thank you. First of all, I want to join Dr. Margill in welcome you to Lawrence Tech. As I was listening to Dr. Margill, I was thinking, what was I going to say that I feel is so important about Lawrence Tech? The first thing I want to tell you is for the people that are from international background is the fact that you are in the United States. The fact, I am from Portugal in Europe, and one of the things that I gained more when I came to the United States was really to learn about diversity. Here in the United States, there are people from everywhere. And in your class, you could see already that there are people from everywhere. There are people from the United States, from Venezuela, from India, etc. The same thing happens with our faculty. We have faculty from everywhere, and that brings to all your classes an opportunity for understanding globalization that doesn't happen everywhere. The other thing I want to explain to you is that because most of you, if not all of you, are already working, when you come to your classes with our professors, you really are forming more a community of learners. You know, your professors know about the subject, but you know in many cases how this subject is applied within your businesses. And is that interaction of people that are working in different companies with professors that had experience from other people that worked in other companies that makes the environment of Lawrence Tech so rich. So I know that this is just the beginning of a very successful career, in some cases the continuation of a very successful career. And so I want to congratulate you to come to Lawrence Tech, and welcome.
I'm taking this opportunity now to introduce our Dean, Dr. Bahman Mirza. Born in Tehran, Iran, Dr. Mirza received his bachelor's degree in economics from Tehran University, one of the most prestigious university of Iran. It is similar to Ivy League school here. He came to US to pursue his master's degree from University of Detroit and PhD in 1979 from Wayne State University. Before coming to LTU, he was the Dean of University of Detroit and Dean of Cameron School of Business at the University of St. Thomas. In both those universities, he led the business school to receive the AACSB accreditation, which is the gold standard for business schools. Only 6% business schools in the world has AACSB accreditation. Currently, tirelessly, he is leading our college to this accreditation process as we speak. He will elaborate on that during his welcome speech. He has numerous publications in the area of system dynamics. Actually, he is an expert in this area. He has taught undergraduate and graduate classes in economics, finance, and system dynamics. Among our students, he is known as a student's dean. Why? Because there is not a single moment goes by when he is not thinking about our students' well-being, growth, and success. He is the dean who drives our students, both undergraduate and graduate level, to different events and different, to attend some speaker series, including FEI, every semester and several times. Our students can stop by at any time. He is their friend and their mentor. They feel like they have a friend here who will listen no matter what time of the day it is. Let's welcome Dr. Bahman Mirza.
Is that Meena?
Yes, Meena.
Oh, Meena. Thank you very much. My name is Bahman Mirza. I've been with LTU for the past 4 years and under the leadership of President Madgil and Dr. Vaz. We are taking this institution to reach its third accreditation. Currently, we are accredited at 2 levels, at international, domestic. We are taking this institution to another accreditation level. No other institution in this area is going to be accredited at all those 3 levels. You are about to start, a journey. It's going to be challenging, but it's going to be rewarding. And I can tell you that we are the best, but nobody is going to tell you we are the worst. Just wait. Wait till you go to classes, till you see our faculty, see how much they care about you, and by the time you graduate, I'm 100% sure you come back and you tell us that, yes, this was the best education I've received. It's quite interesting. We have a focus group of graduating students. The focus group of graduating students is done by members of our advisory board. I will be delighted to share with you what the students have said, and again, welcome. And by the way, how many of you really in your institutions had an opportunity to meet the president and the provost? See, but Dr. Baldwin and Dr. Ross are always out there in the hallway because if you were not here, we wouldn't be here. By the way, one last thing. College of Management is the second oldest college. It was founded in 1939 by the man who was married to the sister of those two brothers who started this institution. This institution started under the name of three individuals, two brothers and one sister. By the way, the sister's picture is out there. The husband of that sister started College of Management in 1939. So College of Engineering, College of Management, Architecture, and then Arts and Sciences. Thank you very much and enjoy your trip. It's going to be rewarding. Thank you. We're done.
Thank you. Have a great day. I know now is when it really starts.
While you are here, I'll have the opportunity to meet with you individually. You have a program, so I don't want to cut into your dance. I'll see you later.
By the way, I should take a copy of this to my wife because Mina said so many things. I should show that to my wife.
Thank
What
you.
we're going to do now is we're going to take you through our orientation program. So we want to thank the president, Dr. Vaz, for joining us.
Thank you very much. Our office is very close by and we have an open door policy. So anytime you need, just come and see us.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I'm going to get us back on track. If you notice in your folder, you have an agenda. And because I teach the leading change, I always have a plan and agenda and run out of time, which means it's 10:30 and we just skipped the 20 minutes needed for our icebreaker. We're going to go right into
Agenda's on the table, by the way. It's not in your folder. It's that blue sheet right there that says schedule.
But here's the good news. So here's the good news. 4 of the 6 questions in the icebreaker you did in an open introduction, which we didn't plan to do it that way, but that's okay because I'm a believer to start on time and get you guys out early. So we're really right on track. I'm going to turn this over to Stephanie, but I am going to get my tennis balls for the team building exercise. So we are going to have some fun. So for now, back to orienting you guys.
You'll see what the tennis balls mean in a moment. We're going to have you work in teams, but it's a little hint what the tennis balls are all about.
Hi everybody, again my name is Stephanie James. I'm an academic advisor in the College of Management. In your folders you have a student services overview, I think on the left hand side. If you just want to follow along with me, I'm going to talk about a few things that we have here at LTU that are available to you as students and things that will help you succeed as you go through your master's programs. So the first one, which we think is the most important, is the College of Management Advising Office. So we're located next door in N331, and myself, Marissa, and Mina are all available to you for advising. We do advise graduate students here at LTU. So we'll be emailing you once a semester to remind you to register, take a look at your program plan, come in or email us if you have any questions. Our full-time jobs are to serve you, so don't ever feel like you're coming and bothering us. That is what we're here for, and we want to see you, we want to hear from you at least once a semester. We also have a program, Marissa passed around a flyer for Speechcraft. If you've never heard of Speechcraft or Toastmasters before, it's a program that we started last semester, and we had about 20 students go through a program, get a certificate in Speechcraft through Toastmasters International, and they were able to increase and improve their speech skills and leadership skills through this program. So that's a free-to-you program that we have. And we also have a lot of different speaker series, like Mina mentioned earlier. We do a lot of things in our office. We plan things for you to come to enhance your degree. You're in class and you're doing a lot of things and you're working, but we also have speaker series. We do field trips to the Detroit Economic Club or to the FEI Club. So there's a lot of different things that we do and plan for you in our office. Also, I wanted to draw your attention to the academic calendar that's also in your folder. We want to make sure that you have everything that you need on day one so that, you know, in the middle of the semester you can't say,
I didn't know when this date was, or I didn't know that my exam was on a different day than my class, because that does happen. So there's an academic calendar and an exam schedule. So your final exam may be on a different day or a different time or a different room than your class. So please pay attention to that, because we want you to know from day one, and we don't want anybody scrambling that last week. Also, our office hours are 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and then 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Friday. So for those of you who are coming from work and have a 5:45 class, we're still in our office. We're still available for you to come in at that time, so please feel free to come in. And then on top of that, I just want to orient you with a few of the other student services on campus. We have a one-stop center where you can go for financial aid, registration, if you need a verification letter, also a photo ID. You should be taking your photo ID today if you have that time. And there are benefits to having that photo ID, like some discounts around the area. So it's definitely something you should have as a student. We also have the Academic Achievement Center, also another flyer in your folder. The Academic Achievement Center has ESL conversations, so if you're wanting to improve your English as a second language skills, they have tutoring and a writing center, both online and in person. So if you're not able to make it to campus, they do have the opportunity for you to have tutoring or writing help online. I do recommend the writing center, especially for those of you who are doing your first paper in the master's program. May be different requirements or expectations than your undergrad degree. So just reach out to the AAC. That's why they're there. They love helping people as we do for that first paper or as many papers as you have. Our library is located downstairs in the basement of this building. Also another brochure in your folder, and the website is there on this guide for you as well. They have a lot of knowledgeable librarians that can help you with your research. So as you're going through and writing papers, doing projects for your classes, the librarians can help you find the research that you need, track down articles, track down journals and books that you need. And they also have some resources like copiers, printers, and computers down there for you as well. And then also international programs. If that's something that you are utilizing, you probably have already heard from them, but just know that they are upstairs in the Taubman building on the 4th floor. We also have career services upstairs in the Taubman building on the 4th floor. They are partnering with us. We partner with them every semester to do a First Wednesday series. So we do October through December and February through April. The first Wednesday of the month, we'll have a special seminar that's put on for our College of Management students to enhance their career, create a LinkedIn profile, how to find jobs, the career fairs, and things like that. We are putting those on for you. If you have any problems with your software, your login, anything like that, the help desk is downstairs, and they can help you with whatever you may need as far as that goes. We have a bookstore downstairs right here in the atrium. You can buy your books there, obviously, and it is easier returns if a class is canceled or if you decide to drop a class. The returns are a little bit easier by doing that on campus. Our Dean of Students office also upstairs in the Taubman Center. A lot of these student services are upstairs in the Taubman Center on the 4th floor, C405. So if you are looking for something, maybe have a problem on campus that you need help with resolving, the Dean of Students is there for that and also can point you in the right direction. And then we also have disability services. So if you have a documented physical or emotional, mental disability, you can register with disability services, and then you would be eligible for appropriate accommodations for any of those on a case-by-case basis. Going with that, we also have clinical counseling services, which is free to you as students. So if you wanted to see a licensed psychologist for any reason, you can speak with a psychologist or counselor in the clinical counseling services. If you're interested in finding out more about the engagement we have on campus, we have a lot of Greek life, we have clubs, we have organizations that we encourage you to be a part of that increases the success of students. Please feel free to look up student engagements at student event at ltu.edu. They coordinate all of the events that go on campus. Next week we'll be having Welcome Week, so we hope to see you all out there. Then the last few, we have a cafeteria downstairs as well. We have Einstein Bagels and a cafeteria. The cafeteria hours are in your folder as well. And you don't have to live on campus to utilize that cafeteria, so if you wanted to come before class and have a meal there, you have the option of doing that. And you can buy commuter meal plans as well. And then finally, our campus safety. They are available to all of our students or anybody who parks a car on this campus. If you have a problem with your car on campus, they will come out and help you if you need to jumpstart your battery, or if you, if it's dark and you don't feel comfortable walking from the building to the car, you can call campus safety, and they will escort you to your vehicle to make you feel safer. Other than that, I just want to make sure that you are all aware that us in M331, all of the advisors, the dean, Mariana, and the staff and faculty here have open arms to you. We welcome you here, and we really want to make sure that you know where to go if you have any questions. So if you are lost, if you have a question about anything, please feel free to come into M331, call or email. Our information is on the front of the page. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that good here? Okay. I'm going to move over to a web page here to show to you myltu.edu, which is your Blackboard login. And I guess it would help if I turn the projector on, wouldn't it? While we're doing that, how many have their Blackboard login and they've at least tried to log into Blackboard? Did you? Okay, well, we'll talk about that then. You can call the help desk. Those that do not have their login yet, or they're having a little bit of trouble with that, they can check with Mina's office and or the help desk with that. We'll go over what that looks like. To get to Blackboard, which is your learning management system, it has all your course material in there. So when your instructor says, I've placed that in the course, they're referring to when you log into Blackboard, the list of courses available to you that you registered for. And it's always myltu.edu. And you'll be given a login ID and a password. If for whatever reason you get locked out, like I just typed in the wrong one, you can call the help desk and I'll point you in the direction for that. When you log into Blackboard, what we'll list for you is all the courses that you have registered for and you're attending. Mine has several on there because of the support level. And you will always click on the title. The title is your hotspot, your hot link on just about anything within Blackboard. So if you see a list of material when you get in the course, it's the title that will take you into opening that area. So you click on the title of the course. And one of the things to pay attention to is when you talk to anyone for service about your courses, they're going to ask you, what is the CRN, course registration number? It's that 4-digit number that makes that course unique to that college, to that semester, and that will help them get to that area rather than saying it's my Introduction to C course, I have it on Tuesday nights. That doesn't help them quite get there, okay? So log in with myltu.edu. The courses are set up for the faculty members to add material in there. The common information that you will find in your courses are the syllabus. So when you click on syllabus, it'll list the document, faculty information, and submission of your assignments. When you're in a campus course, anything beyond those pieces of data, contact your instructor and ask them how do they use Blackboard. So for example, Dr. Stavros places a lot of her course material in there so that when you leave the class, you can still see maybe a video. She's created some interactive material. Your other professors may say, make sure you submit your assignment before you come into class. You'll do all of that on there, and I'll show you how that works, and I'll give you a reference point to go back and access that material. If you lock yourself out and you can't get back in, you're not sure how this all works, you can go to eHelp and find the help desk number. And that is on your main web page /eHelp, ltu.edu/eHelp. And if you come to the main page, it'll show you how to get there also. On this page is all your snippets of information, some brief information that gets you started. It's the middle of the night, can't figure out how to use Blackboard, you're locked out of your machine. You can come to your eHelp pages and it will provide you some pieces of information. And the
Can I say something about that? So, you guys, it says my password right here. You want to set this up as soon as you can, because this will allow you to reset your password on your own. It asks for some personal questions that will circumvent the need for you to type in a password, and then it will reset the password. Okay, so set that up as soon as you can. And you don't need to call the help desk if you get locked out. But if you're locked out now, you do need to call the help desk because you haven't set that up yet.
it's important also, Matt, if you want to jump in on this one, is when you bring your personal laptop to the campus to walk through and set that up so that you have access to the network that's here, okay? And then that way you won't have to fumble with it. If one of your classes is bring your computer, we're going to log on and do some specific steps or take a quiz online. You don't have to do all of that right when the class starts. Maybe when you're in a break or the first day of class. If you're going to use a laptop, make sure you bring it onto campus and run through this, okay? And again, call the help desk if you need to.
What about the username? Is the student ID number?
Your username is going to be your first initial of your first name and your was a set of 7 characters of your last name. If you haven't received that already, again, check with Mina's office. It's the same username that you'll use to log into your email system with, okay? And then also another side note is you have an @ltu.edu email account. That is the only email account your instructors in the university will communicate to you with now that you're a student. Okay. No, it's not the same password. So when you do a reset of your password on the network, it will reset it for Blackboard, but it doesn't reset it for your email. So what I always do is I make sure I just go right over and I reset my password for my email so they're the same. And I have to worry trying to remember which is which on there. So when you're in Blackboard and your student list was within that course and your instructor emails you, it's coming from Blackboard. That's the only email that they use. Once you're comfortable with using @ltu.edu, which is technically a Gmail account, you can set it up so that you can forward all of those emails to an account of your selection, okay? But make sure you're using that. You're shaking your head. Didn't work for you, or?
No, but I know how it works.
Yes, good. Here's a resource for you right there, okay? Let's go back quickly to Blackboard. So the main things you want to pay attention to is your instructor says the material is in the course. They will have a button over here on the menu side named for you to use. This particular one says modules. It may say course documents. It may say teamwork. So ask the instructor, where in the course have you placed the material? They may say submit your assignments online. Most likely they'll have an assignment button. You click on that navigation button. It'll bring you to another page. And on that page, there will be a title. So right here, I put an example that submit assignment here. There may be a title that says term paper, team paper, whatever that assignment is called. You will click on the title. A separate box will come up. You attach the document that you're submitting. The same as when you are going into your files on your computer and you're looking for a file to attach to send to somebody. Works the exact same way. And what happens is it goes into the instructor's grade center area. You cannot see other students' material. That instructor can see everybody's material. It goes into the instructor's grade center area. They can see everybody submit it, the time that they submit it, and then they can review the papers, grade them, send them back to you electronically, okay? If you have any questions about how that works, you go over to eHelp. Once you're in Blackboard, you can click eHelp, or you type www.ltu.edu/eHelp. On this page is a navigation menu on the right-hand side. If you go down to Blackboard 9.1, Blackboard for Students, it will help you with submitting, working with discussion boards, course documents and assignments. There's material on how to submit. What we're going to play right now is just a real brief video that are some of the common functionalities that you will use within Blackboard. So if you forget, come back to ltu.edu eHelp and then play within the Blackboard for Students, okay?
Introducing Blackboard, or how do I use Blackboard effectively?
Sorry, it doesn't play the full screen.
You're going to interface with Blackboard in 5 or more ways. You're going to review, download documents and items as posted by your instructor. You're going to submit or upload assignments for review and or grading, or submit safe assignments. You will participate in discussion board forums. You'll take exams, tests, and surveys. And you'll review your poster grades and any comments that the instructor has entered into Blackboard. A word on internet browsers. Suggest that you use Firefox, Chrome, or Safari instead of Internet Explorer, especially when you're taking tests or you're uploading or downloading items. If you're having problems with a particular browser, for instance Chrome, try Firefox. Make sure that periodically you clear out your cache. If you receive error messages that third-party cookies are not allowed, that is a browser issue. You must go into a particular browser and set Blackboard in your security exceptions list. If you're not sure how to do this, our website, eHelp website, has instructions under the BB issues and alerts. If you need additional help with Blackboard, the first place you want to look is our website, ltu.edu/eHelp, under Blackboard 9.1, and then Blackboard for Students. If you still cannot find the answer to your issue, email our help desk at helpdesk@ltu.edu, or during business hours, 248-204-2330. We have many students, so when you call or you email, make sure you put in specific information. Your username, problem that you're having, the course or CRN that you're enrolled in. When you're ready to log into Blackboard, you're going to go to a browser, and at the menu area, you're going to type in my.ltu.edu. On the login page, you're going to type in your username, and that's the same username that you use for your LTU email, only without the @LTU suffix. You will tab and then type in your Blackboard password, which is the same password that's used to log into your LTU campus network. If you're having issues or problems, again, your first place to go is the help desk. Email helpdesk@ltu.edu. Please make sure that you include your username and course information and specific information on what the issue you are having. Once you're logged in successfully, you're going to be taken to your home screen. You'll see different panes with information. The left-hand side gives you information about the Blackboard tools. The middle pane, any announcements. And then the right-hand side, under My Courses, will list all of the courses that you are registered for. To enter a specific course, just click on the course name to go into that course. Once you're in the course, you'll see the same setup regardless of what course you're in. On the left-hand side, you'll see menu tabs that will take you to different areas within Blackboard. And then on the right-hand side, you're going to see specific information on that menu area. To review, download your documents or items, such as your syllabus, your readings, any lecture notes that you need to access. You're going to click on the menu item that's directed by your instructor. Once you're there, click on the menu item, the hyperlinked name, and then you have the option to either open or save the item to your computer. Assignments, safe assignments. There are two types of assignments that the instructor may create for you to submit. Regular assignments are those that you submit by uploading into Blackboard, and then your instructor reviews it and grades. Safe assignments are those that you submit by uploading into Blackboard, and then it is sent through a plagiarism prevention service that's used to verify originality. Safe assignment submissions may either be draft or final, and make sure that you follow your instructor's directions. When you're ready to submit or upload assignments, again, you're going to go to the menu tab as directed. You're going to click on the assignment name. The assignment submission page will open, and you will scroll down, and next to Browse My Computer, which is under option 2, you're going to select Attach File. Locate the file on your computer, highlight, and click Open. The file name will display under Attach File. Click on Submit. Now, a word about file names. Keep file names as short as possible. Use letters, numbers, and underscores. Don't use special characters like ampersands or commas or exclamation marks. Blackboard will return an error in most cases, and you won't know why. So once I click in the menu area, I'm taken to assignments in this particular case. I see the submit paper assignment is there. I click on the assignment name, and then under the upload assignment, option 2, assignment submission, I'm going to click on Browse My Computer, find my file, and then upload it. If this is a safe assignment, you will also see another paragraph telling you what type of files that safe assignments will allow. Safe assignments are run through a plagiarism prevention service, and there's an optional checkbox if you agree to submit your papers to the reference database. Discussion boards. Discussion boards are used to create and exchange ideas in your class. Your instructor usually starts the discussion.
I'm going to pause this at this point and reference you to continue this video. It's just another 3 minutes, and it goes through other functionality that your instructor may use. So make sure to learn more about how to use Blackboard. A refresher, again, this is a good video for that, is that you'll go to eHelp, and then you'll go to Blackboard 9.1 for students, and it'll give you that information again. Okay, and I think it's on the flyers that were given to you for the Blackboard. Any questions at all? Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay, so next we're going to do a team building exercise. So thank you, Diane. And you'll find out that Blackboard, I think it's pretty intuitive. Once you get through your first class, most professors use it the same, and it really becomes second nature. But if you've never used it before, you don't know what happens to you start. So we're going to move to a team building exercise. As soon as I get this microphone on. Yeah, well, we're going to put you out in the hallway because you guys need some exercise, right? Okay, so if you would do me a favor, in your packet on the left-hand side, in the very back, is exercise 1 and 2, which you've done. So we're going to move to exercise 3, the team building exercise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read to you the instructions. Does everybody have this? Then I'm going to put you in, there's 20 of you in the room, 2 teams of 7 and 1 team of 6. And the exercise you're going to see here is a little bit of like what it's like going back to school and trying to follow instructions. So take a look at, everybody with me on exercise 3?
Hey, Jackie, can I stop you for a minute?
No. Yeah, go ahead.
So here's why we're doing this. By the way, remind everybody, for those that came in late, my name's Matt Cole. This is Jackie Stavros. We actually are doing this activity what we want you to know is you're going to do a lot of teamwork at Lawrence Tech. And so what we're trying to do now is we're trying to orient you to this team process. And we're also using this as an opportunity for you to start to learn some techniques on how to work in teams. Okay? Now, when Jackie said you need a little exercise, don't think that's because we were saying that you need exercise. We really are saying
Get you guys moving.
we do need exercise to get moving, but don't take it personally. I take it personally. So that's why we're now starting this activity. Okay, so back to you.
Thank you, Matt. I do think you guys need to get up and move, right? You've been sitting for too long. So what I want you guys to do is we're going to put you, and we had somebody else just walk into the room, which is perfect because now we'll have 3 teams of 7. So thank you for coming. You're going to pass the ball around the circle, one person to the next. The goal is to go all the way around twice without dropping the ball.
What do these balls look like, by the way?
They're by Marissa. Each person must receive or pass the ball a different way from the person before them. Once a body part has been used, it may not be used again by anyone. If used again, your team must start over. That's the real reason why faculty and staff are here today, because we'll have 2 faculty and staff members observing the teams.
So we're going to get you in teams, and you're going to look at these directions again. But the bottom line here, when Jackie's done reading, this is up to your team to figure this out. We're not going to give you any instructions other than what's on the paper. So this is, right now, you're going to be learning how to interact, get that strategic thinking flowing, try to figure this out.
I think Blackboard's easier than this exercise. If the ball drops, your team must start over. All body parts back in the game again. Winners are the winners are the team to pass around the ball twice without dropping it. So team 1 is going to be Matt, Cole, and what happened to all my faculty? Okay, so it'll be Matt with Dr. Ragavan doesn't. He gets his own team. Matt with Stephanie.
Okay. We'll be the moderators again.
Shree, you've done this before, right? So it'll be Shree with Mina. Marissa, I get Marissa.
We used to have 2 teams of 7, don't we? How many teams?
No, we have 21 people. So we're going to have 3 teams of 7. And what we're going to do to kind of mix it up, because you've been sitting at the table, this is something that I think I learned in junior high. You're going to count 1, 2, 3. Can you guys handle that? Okay, ready?
How high? 1.
3.
3.
Remember your number.
2. 3.
1, 2, 3.
1.
Did I go over here yet? Okay, so all the ones are going to go out in the hallway with Dr. Cole and Stephanie. Whatever you want. I'm going to let Matt take it over because we keep dancing over each other. So Matt, they're all yours.
Okay. So remember your number, and then we'll have 1 team, 2 team, and team 3, and you'll go in different places. But before we get there, I just want to give you a couple of tips on how to work together in teams. This was what I was supposed to do anyways. So, what is the thing that happens when people get in teams? When people get in teams, usually what happens is there's like an emergent leader, right? What's an emergent leader? Somebody who says, I have some sort of confidence and I'm willing to speak up, but they may not know the right things to do or to say, but they're willing to take a risk and be a leader. It takes the rest of the people in the team, which are called team members, to either support that leader or to say, no, I want to be the leader. So you tend to have these dynamics in teams, right? And it requires everybody in a team to take a risk, right? To not be afraid, to learn to get over some natural inhibition, to say, I have a voice and I want to participate. And what that happens when people work in teams is there's this construct that I want you to know about. It's called emotional intelligence. And Jackie and I have studied this with some of our students at the doctoral level and at the master's level. And emotional intelligence when working in teams says, I'm aware that you look frustrated or that you're not happy with what I'm doing, and I want to let you know that I'm not happy. That's called emotional intelligence. But it also means maybe I got to chill out a little bit and help the team be more successful, or let me help you bring out your idea, right? That's called emotional intelligence. It takes a while to develop. We're not going to develop it today. But you can get a glimpse of it as you work with this little test. So what we're going to do right now, and then finally, in addition to emotional intelligence, I want you to know about team-based strategy, right? Team-based strategy is to say, yes, everybody in the team can contribute, but when the team works together, you have this gestalt, right? You have this thing, the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. So the point is you've got these directions, and you're going to split off into team 1, team 2, and team 3. You want to look at these directions as a team, take a few moments to kind of figure out how are we going to do this task so that we succeed. Right? What is the success? To pass the ball around. Twice. Without dropping it, within the parameters of the instructions. But the point is, you have to think strategically about this, because as is our role as instructors, we've obfuscated a few things because we want you to think about this strategically. No, yeah. Okay, so team one, so how do we want to do
You guys
teams?
forget your numbers? No. You guys are smart. Yeah, I can bring the instructions if you want.
So where are we sending people again?
We're gonna go in the hallway, just don't,
Because we have some more space
if you
there.
Yeah,
throw your
all right.
ball over me.
So everybody outside, come on out.
Team 1, 2, 3.
Come on out. We're going to use the
Team 1
atrium
is
down
with
below.
Dr. Cole. Team 2 is with Dr. Robinson, and I'm with Team 3.
Okay, I'll go upstairs. We're going to go downstairs.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah,
which
yeah.
does it.
Yes, yes.
We use the ones in the
And then you have your set
file
aside.
room.
The ones that are in that basket thing?
Yeah.
Those good ones.
Okay, we use them for now. I mean, if not, they just take it back.
I think it's fine. I mean, whoever brought them just left them there for like 2 months.
Right, yeah, that's what I figured, so.
You would still have so many types of chips. I love it. Every time you take one of these and let it try to use that problem, it can disappear. You get to do a whiteboard and you bring it back. It's not a problem to have that though. At all. In fact, you even have determined among the six there.
Do they know what the specific numbers are?
No, I can ask Marissa to explain.
I always wanted to try this. I'll wait.
And then you start surveying and you get ready to make a problem though. That slide, you walk through the problem, you reference it. And then come back to the
But
next
perfect
problem.
timing. I'm so glad that this week came. I was like about to go
Come
out.
back to the next problem, and talk about it.
Yeah, they came around 10:45.
Just like you learn in class. Oh yeah, then you make the note and you watch.
Do I move the chips down here or no? Oh, what's it?
Oh, these are like the pickles and spicy noodles.
Napkins?
Is it a lot?
Yeah. Enough.
Now, so whatever works for you is comfortable. I mean, at the end of the day, you say, I don't like the whiteboard, I don't want to use it. That's fine.
I've been looking for a little.
You wanna dump that out? Yeah.
And so what you're doing is, you know, your subject backwards and forwards. In fact, when you're showing around just in the office and you're like, this is really good, and you're delivering. And you look, and the other thing about it too, is you look enthusiastic, like you were engaging. And so you show yourself. Yeah, you look good. The other thing we were talking about too was like the shirt. And we're like, great, I mean, you look like a new model. You might still have to stand off to the side a little bit, so like you're talking, you're writing, you know, that's formula. So when you start explaining a couple of things, you can still step off a little bit. We're thinking dark. Yeah, we're kidding. Smocks for everybody. But not everybody likes that. You know, some people that big perspective.
That's it, right?
I was trying that at first, so. No, I like that. Yeah, I like
what I thought. That's kind of why I left this. I was like, oh, what was in my number? It's like, what is this?
Okay, we're going to do a debrief now.
We do have prizes.
And we have a prize for the winning team. What was the winning team?
One.
Okay. Before I ask other teams to describe, I want team one to describe how they won.
We had the strategy. We talked. First of all, we talked together what we are going to do, what each person is going to do, how we're going to hand the ball to the next person, and we followed the leadership over there. Forgot your name, which is
Andrea.
Andrea was the leader, and we won.
And there was a lot of communication, right?
Yeah.
And you guys, what did you focus on, like exclusively, when you were giving out directions to each other?
What body parts you're going to use?
That's all we can use.
Okay. So, at least from the winning team's perspective, there was good communication. You really had a chance to work together, and people were not afraid to say, no, do this, do that, do this. And, okay. Now, team three, right? Team three also got the ball around twice successfully. I want team three to tell us, eventually, how did you end up getting the ball around quickly? Because when I saw you do it, you did it very fast. How did team three do it?
Using objects instead of body parts.
Using objects instead of body parts. What do you mean objects?
Shirts, hair, glasses, wallets,
Things other than body.
shoes, the floor.
So let's process that for a minute. Does that satisfy the objectives of the assignment to use things other than body parts?
No.
No, the rules just said that you couldn't use the same body part.
It says once a body part has been used.
All body parts are outside of body.
Right, but so once the body part is art, does it say you can't use anything other than a body part? Right? So that's, right? So I wasn't actually supposed to tell you in the beginning that we obfuscated some things as teachers, but this is what teamwork is about. Like, because every now and then someone will get that brainstorm, like, hold on a minute, why do we have to stick with body parts? It just says we can't use the same body part twice. So it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Technical clarification. This is partly, I don't think you know the answer, partly also in the eyes of most of the students. When you use an object, if you use a body part in addition to the object, then that body part should not be used again. Am I correct? So if I use my hand.
That's not how.
No, that's not to move the ball. It's not touching the ball. So you're really.
Think about it. You cannot use a body part more than once. So
Yeah, well, the way
you
he's
have
describing it,
used-
everyone can take off their shoe, pass it around in their shoe twice. That's what he's describing.
Absolutely.
No, but then how do you pass the shoe to the next shoe?
Doesn't matter. It's not a body part, so you can use the same shoe twice.
It's the body part that we're saying cannot physically touch the
I
ball.
know. Say, let's say I put the thing
And
in
he's
my
got the
shoe.
same problem I'm having.
If I take my shoe and I carry my shoe, I'm using my body part.
But the body part's not touching the ball.
He didn't say anything like that. He said you should not use the body part.
Okay, so you know, so what I'll do in the spirit of collaborative learning, which we encourage, is we will make an amendment for next year, and we will say we want to thank the 2016-17 orientation session for helping us revise these instructions.
But I think the key part of this is the fact that more communication is helpful.
That's the bottom line.
It's only when you start communicating, somebody in team 3 or team 1 must have come up with the thought, hey, they talked about body part, but they didn't say anything about the objects. And that kind of comes with communication. So the main idea to be conveyed here is more communication and teamwork is much more successful. And by the way, very few people individually doing this exercise even come close to these variations. That's the point that we're trying to.
All right, I'm going to pass out the winning prizes to the team members. So if you're on the winning team, please raise your hand. Congratulations. Official Lawrence Tech. And if anybody else is excited about receiving one of these, then you'll join us at the next orientation.
So we can tell them how to cheat.
Oh! Now, look.
Just put it in your shirt. Pass it around.
No, okay. So for the engineers in the room, yes, we could say there was a mistake with the instructions, but let's move beyond that and let's say the purpose of all of this was team building. And I hope that you experienced, in the brief amount of time we had, an opportunity for you to take a risk, to communicate with your team, to not be afraid when you're working in team activities, to say, here's my idea, and to say, let's work together as a team, and to really think creatively, innovatively, right? This is part of the world of business, is innovation. And it should happen in all of your activities, to be innovative and creative and to think strategically. So thank you very much, and think about emotional intelligence. Be sensitive to people on your team, but don't be afraid to tap into your emotions and share them. Say, maybe you don't need to say, I'm upset, but you can say, hey, I don't think I'm being heard here. And be respectful of other people's emotions. I think we've done that?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, you guys ready for lunch? After I talk to you about attendance, policies on attendance. So in your folder, on the right-hand side in the back is the university non-attendance process. So in your folder, right-hand side, very last page. So what I want to point out here is that it's important to attend class. Now, if you were undergrads, I would slightly change this talk. But you guys are all grad students, correct? You guys know how to get up in the morning, where to go, to be on time. And if you don't show up, do you tell your boss you're not coming to work? Yes, thank you. So this all applies to going to school. So what you have here, this is pulled from the university website. And this is what begins to happen if you don't show up, don't tell your professor, you're gone more than 10 days, they actually have to start a withdrawal process. So this is important that you know this, but I don't think with grad students this is going to happen. I've seen this happen at the undergrad level where students kind of disappear and then they show up 3 weeks later and want to finish the class. But what I do want to point out about attendance, it's really faculty member dependent. So read the attendance policy in your class. There are faculty that say, you miss more than 2 sessions, your grade goes down. There are faculty who it may not impact your grade. There are faculty that say if you anticipate missing 3 or more sessions, you have to drop the class. So I just want you guys to pay attention to what's in the policy. And they're all slightly different. It's the way that professor runs the classroom. The other thing to point out is most of you are working adults. Most of our professors are working adults. And if you're going to miss class, you can just send an email saying, Dr. Cole, I'm not going to be in class Tuesday night. I see on the syllabus there's an assignment due. I will make sure I get that assignment into you. I will follow up with a classmate, and I'll see you next week. That gives you a halo effect. You're responsible. You're following through. What you don't want to do is send Dr. Cole an email and say, I missed class Tuesday night. Did I miss anything important? Everything was important. So that's not the kind of email you want to send. So if you know it's a planned absence, just communicate with your instructor. And most of them are reasonable as long as it's not a repeating pattern. So that's what's probably the most important to know about attendance. Now there will be something called an extenuating circumstance. That's an emergency. And I have seen all of our faculty very flexible that if you miss class on Tuesday night and it was a car accident or someone was in the hospital and you follow up a day or 2 later saying, and just show up the following week again. So it's more of an etiquette and being responsible. You know, we have students that are at the tail end of the program, and you can take online classes, which are asynchronous basically. You can take hybrid classes, which are half ground, half online, and you have traditionally on-ground classes. I teach a hybrid class, which means 8 nights on ground, 8 nights online, and we alternate. You know, I had this really nice student said, hey, I'm going to miss the first session because he was honest. My son has a baseball game. I'm going to miss the 5th session because I'm going on a vacation, and now I'm starting to think I appreciate his honesty, but why would you plan a vacation in the middle of a semester? I was actually okay with the baseball game and the communication. And I do travel a lot from work, so you know, I told the student, I said, you know, you really need to be taking an online class. And the student was actually really positive and said, you're right, because I know I have 2 planned absences, and I work in the automotive industry, and I travel, and we got them right into an online class. So really, the investment you're making, show up for class. If you can't, you have a planned non-attendance, communicate with your professor. If an emergency comes up that's unplanned, after you get life under control, communicate with your professor, and you will see that they're pretty flexible. I always tell students my syllabus on attendance policy is tougher than I am if you communicate with me. Okay, so any questions on attendance? Yes?
This is Michigan, so how are snow days handled?
If the university, so here's something, it's a 2-2-2, remember? So just because I live in Brighton, just because the schools close in Brighton doesn't mean I have to find a way to come here and teach my class. So it's only when they close the university do you get a snow day. So if your community or your kids get a snow day, you might not get the snow day. And then it will be up to the professor, how do we make up a class, because we want you guys to get your money worth. How do you make up a snow day? But if it's a snow day, it's a snow day. A lot of professors will take a snow day and they don't want to add another week on. They'll actually take you online with some notice and some preparation so you don't fall behind. Diane?
Just an FYI, if you go to the eHealth page that I pointed out to you, you can just sign up for an alert system that the university will send you a message or you're publishing your adult2.edu email that the school's closed. But they try to notify as early as possible, but you can still look at that.
Now, if it's a snow day and you have an online class, you will get the day off. But if you have an online class and Blackboard is down, you get the day off. But if you're on ground, you come to class. So you just, you know, it's just a lot of it, in my opinion, is just some common sense. But I agree, I get the alert, so not only do I know if it's a snow day, I know if a tornado's coming, a thunderstorm, the power's on, and it'll give you an LTU alert, and it will tell you if the campus is open or closed, and it will tell you usually when the campus will reopen and when it is open. So these are really nice to get the alert system. Okay, any other questions? Okay, we're going to put you into lunch, my favorite activity. So Nina?
Okay, lunch is here. Please go and grab some lunch, and then we'll be back soon. We'll start our time management around 11:40. We have some picture in front of you, and also lunch is too. So please.
Just grab your lunch.
Yeah, grab your lunch.
Grab your lunch. It's a working lunch. And Jackie and I will see you later. I guess we're done, right, Jackie?
Yeah.
We'll see you around the semester. We're going to take off. Anybody who's taking statistics with me, I'll see you Tuesday night. Bring your computer. We're working on software. All right, thanks, Nina. See ya.
professor. When we admit students, one of the questions that comes more often than not is, how many hours do I need to spend to do my homework and exams and projects and presentation? So he is going to teach you today or show you how to do time management. Dr. Ko?
So good morning and good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Gu, and this is my third year over here. Basically, I'm teaching programming databases courses, and I'm interested in data mining, information visualization, that kind of research work. If you are interested in any research work, go ahead to contact me. I've been working with many undergraduate and graduate students working on their project. So today I'm going to talk about time management. And then a couple of you probably wondering, hey, why you talk about this topic? I mean, think about your high school or your college life, right? And your mom wake you up, hey, it's time to wake up, go to the school. It's time to eat, it's time to learn, right? I don't need time management. I have my mom, right? So what's the matter of it? So you are going to the college, but things change, right? So I still remember the first time I went to the college, and then the first club I joined, that's called Ironman Club. What's the matter of Ironman Club? I mean, I just translated from Chinese. I mean, that's called Ironman. The reason why it's called Ironman Club, because before you join that club, you need to wake up, stay up for 48 hours praying without sleeping. So you are qualified to join this club. So that's the starting of my college life. And then what's next? Party life, of course, right? Then, you know, the same, I like most of the students, and then I was struggling. Too many books to read, and then my life changes since I graduated, and I graduated from research school in California, Claremont Graduate University, probably the most famous people, Peter Drucker. And then I changed my life after I graduated. I was teaching in a public university in Georgia for 2 years, and then that's the starting of my life. You can see I have 2 daughters, and then I need to feed them up. The best working time is after probably 10 or 12 o'clock. I start working, so sometimes students got my email probably after 1 or 2 o'clock. So that's the best working time I have. So how do I manage those kind of chaos or the time management? My recommendation is learn from books. The first one. Learn from successful people, classmates, and self-management. So the following presentation, I will talk to you a couple of skills and then how you can manage your time. The first one, books. Have you read about a couple of good books? The David Allen, they talk about productivities, how you can control your time. I mean, like most of the people, I would like to use 2 or 3 screens when you are working or studying. Why? Because one screen you can check your schedule or reading your material. The other screen you can doing writing. So these books talk about some of the skills you can produce or enhance your productivities. So the time management books, you can find a couple of them. And this book is from 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This book has been probably more than 25 years, probably 30 years. I'm not sure about it. But this is learn from most successful people. For example, CIO, CEO. And this tiny book, you can find it very cheap in Amazon. I mean, that's ebook. And then very short guidelines for you to do and how to enhance your time management. So the first one, the second one, I would recommend you to watch what? Successful People, always. I mean, Randy Rinpoche, he was a professor in Carnegie Mellon a couple of years ago, and he got cancer, pediatric cancer, and then passed away. So before he passed away, he delivered a couple of good speech. For example, your childhood dreams, and also your time management skills. So the presentation is kind of long, but I will recommend you to listen to it, so you will learn something from the most successful people. Next one, friends and classmates. I mean, you always can find some of your amazing friends or classmates. Why? If you look at them, they have full-time job, right? They have kids, and then they always can turn in their assignment on time or before the deadline. Why? You look at them, how they manage their time. You can learn from those people. Social life. And people were wondering, hey, professor, I need social life. I need to make friends. So what's the matter of it? Believe on me. I mean, if you are good, people want to know you. If you are the best, people want to make friends with you. If they know you are good at something, right? For example, programming, they will contact you. Hey, could you help me on this? Right? It's probably the most easy way for you to make friends. So try to turn yourself become the best in any area. It's not in a notorious way. For example, plagiarism, not right? You're not pressurized, become an expert of it. The time you spend on it, you will become an expert in that area. So in common sense, I mean, if you want to become an expert, you need to memorize at least 5,000 terminology in that area. So try to learn from the best people and try to become the best in your area. So what makes people different after 5 or 10 years? I mean, I've seen a lot of people after 5 or 10 years. When I talking to them, they told me the same joke. That means what? They never learn. The same? Why you are laughing? No, I'm not talking about you, okay, Dean? So I'm talking about, we all have 8 hours working, school, right? That's all the same. But what makes people different? It's after you're working all school hour. Some people just, I'm lazy, I'm tired. I want to spend some time on what? Facebook. I want to spend some time drinking beer, couch potato, watching TVs. And some people will do different. Hey, I want to invest on myself. I want to listen to good music, speech. Or I want to do what? Make my work done. I want to invest in myself. That will make people different. If you look back, right, those two people will go into two totally different directions. So the best way to invest you is invest on yourself. And these are some techniques. You probably want to take a look at it. For example, know your productivity hours. I mean, you know, I want to spend our time. For example, my wife already complained to me because after I going back to home, and then I feel like I'm done today. So if I play with my kids, and I'm always easy to get upset or get angry about the kids' behavior. So I left all my precious time on work, but trash time on work with my kids. So my wife already complained, hey, why could you just be more patient on your kids? So you know your productive hours, you know when you can make your work down, and write down the schedule, pin it toward a computer. Not this way, right? You probably don't want to manage your time like this way. And probably you make some tools. For example, have you used the tools like this one before? Yes? So the Post-it, and it's free on most Windows computers. So you can change the colors and make up. The Google Keep is another web app you can use that's free for students. And also, you know, the LTU Gmail, there's unlimited space, right? So make a good use of it. So you can store whatever you like to store. Smartwatch, I mean, you don't need to get expensive Apple Watch. No, you just get a cheap one like this one, probably just $50 or $60. And then going to do what? When an assignment, shaking your hands, right? A meeting, shaking your hands. So it just reminds you, hey, you have an important thing to do. Dual screen, that's I talked about earlier. And Google Calendar. Have anyone of you used Google Calendar before? Yes? And you know you can click on the time on your email and set up an appointment, right? Let me show you if you are not familiar with it. So if you go to the Google Calendar, and then here you can create an event, or you can click on specific days. And for example, you have event over here, and you can set up time and locations. Anyone know what's video call using? Yes? Okay, that's good. So that's very good for teamwork. You send somebody an email with video call, so everybody can click on their video call to do what? Google Hangouts. So you have video conferencing, that's free. So I would recommend you to use it. And you can add your friends to the schedule quickly, and you can share. And you also can use notification in case somebody busy, and you need to be notified. It's notified on your on computers or your smartwatch or email, whatever you like to use. So that's a good way to to enhance your productivities. And go back. I mean, most of the time, you don't want to email your friends and back frequently to see, hey, somebody who is available. Why not just put all your schedule over Google Calendar, and you can add your friends' time over there to see if they are available during their timing, if they are overlapping times over there. So you can schedule your event or meeting quickly. So you don't need to email, hey, do you have time on this time period? Do they have time? So the other good tools, that's called Doodle. Anyone heard about it? Doodle? No? So let me sign in with, no, I don't want to do it right now. It's kind of account I need to create again. So here's the thing for the Doodle. I mean, if you sign up the Doodle, right, you set up event, and you will see, hey, who is available during this event? Tom, Paula, and Chris, 11 o'clock, right? So use this free app, you will know, hey, who is available during certain time period. So I would recommend you to use some tools that make your productivity even better. So where am I? So the other tools, you know, you don't want to find excuse. Hey, professor, I forgot my assignment. I lose my computer. My computer is broken. That's not good excuse. Because today, you can do what? You can put all your work online, synchronize your information. I don't think that's difficult to do. So every time you have a backup, and you also can set up your personal cloud at your home and to synchronize your documents between different computers. So whenever professor heard about it, hey, professor, I broken my computers. And then usually we don't buy it because you need to back up what? Schoolwork in the beginning. The other one is hard to reduce or reject some of the social behaviors, for example, Facebooking, Twittering, right? So how to better control your time without sacrifice your schoolwork. So you can try some of apps, for example, Freedom. So when you use Freedom, what's happening over here? If you look at it, that's my Freedom website. I'll show you the real one over here. So here is the one I want to block out all social medias, all the emails. I want to focus on my work. You can set up a time, for example, how many minutes, and social, shopping. Then you will see the social website you want to block out over here. And shopping website. I mean, the two things that's what reduce your productivity. One is shopping, the other one is social network. That's based on the study. So you need to know how to block this website in order to focus on your schoolwork or study. So if you studied, and you can choose how many computers you have. I mean, you have cell phone, you can block it out, and you have computers, you can block it out. And because this is not my computer, so I cannot block out this computer right here. Yeah. So the second one, I would recommend you all have goals, right? What's your goal? How many time you spend on it, on internet? So you can use the software like Rescue Time, and it'll provide you the dashboard. And it will analyze how many times you spend on what? Your internet. For example, reviewing and learning, business, social networking, shopping. So you will know your productivity hours, and you will know how much time you spend on it if you can achieve your goal. For example, you spend 80% of the time on social networking. How could you achieve your goal? I don't believe on it. So know how to manage it. Ironically and paradoxically, right now we need to pay money to buy productivities, right? Because there are so many things that will attract you or pull you away from your work. So I will recommend you to find tools similar like this. I mean, you don't need to pay a big money. Probably some software are free. So find one that you feel that you are comfortable to work with.
Can you go back to the books so I can write them down? The time management books.
The time management books? I can send you, I can send you a slide, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's probably easier for you. Okay. Yep. So next one, if you know how to manage your time, what's the next? Self-management. That's probably the most difficult part. We are all human beings. For example, how do you leave your comfort zone? Hey, this is a holiday. I want to take a relax. This is a national holiday. I want to go out with my friends, drink a beer, right? And I'm tired. I'm sick. I want to take a rest. So it's hard for you to reject those kinds of reasons. I mean, you don't want to work. But you need to know how to leave your comfort zone. If you know you are more productive in the library, go to the library. Don't stay at home. And overcome laziness, say no to some occasions. I mean, this is probably also my weakness. When I'm saying here, I'm not saying I can do all of them. We all learn from each other. And sometimes people find me, hey, Dr. Koo, could you help me on this, on that? I always say yes most of the time. But sometimes if you say no, probably you can save your time. It depends on your occasions. So positive information with friends. I mean, you know whom you stay with, your influence or affect your emotions, right? So try to stay with people that have positive thought or emotions. So they can help you each other. Hobbies, I mean, you need to relax sometimes, of course. Money versus time, I mean, we'll spend a lot of time, find coupons, save the tiny money, and then think about the amount of time you need to spend on it. Emotion recovery, I mean, easy, right? You got a bad relationship with your friends, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, and then you need to time to recover. I mean, I always got this message from some of the students. Hey, professor, I broke up with my girlfriend, and then I need to have some days to recover. I say, what's the matter of it? I mean, you need to know, you're an adult, you need to know how to deal with those kind of emotion, negative emotion. I mean, the first time you probably need to spend 7 weeks. Oh, it's too long, right? 7 days is still too long. 7 hours, 7 minutes. Whatever you find a way, you need to recover your emotion quickly. And check your email because you don't want to lose important information. I'm not asking you to check your email every hour, every minute because you are not in the position administrative job, so you don't need to do that. But students, you need to check emails from professors, schools, right? So about morning, lunchtime, and evening, you can check 3 times. The social media, we've talked about it many times. Manage interruptions. I mean, the tools I taught you. And don't stop important things you are doing right now. Why? Because think about you interrupt your work right now, right? How many times or how much time you need to go back to your original work? Probably need to spend 10 minutes. Hey, where am I? I need to think about twice. Work hard and smart, that's my recommendation. And then finally, I want to ask you a final question. I want to test you what kind of tools you can use to enhance your productivity. Calendars?
Doodle, Cloud Drive.
Oh, Cloud Drive, yes, good. Yep, good, you're still listening. So here's the little butterfly, right? And one day, butterfly says, hey, I want to fly higher than the birds. And one day, I want to fly higher than the airplane. Is possible? Give me some reasons. And someday, the butterfly did it, yes. Why? Tell me why. It's because the butterfly stay on the airplane so he can do it? Or give me some answers about it. Any thought about it? Oh, plane is down. That's good reason. Anything else? No. I mean, that's a story. When I graduated in my college, there's a CEO talk about this story, and then I was kind of inspired by that story. That's telling me what the butterfly told me that, hey, there's nobody telling him that he or she cannot do it. He just kept flying. He didn't think about anything, reality, something like that. Just kept flying, and one day he did it. This means what? Don't underestimate your ability you can learn, you can achieve in the school. So just keep flying. And I look forward to your future performers, and I hope all of you can find a decent job in the near future. Thank you.
I'm going to welcome now Dr. Tom Watts, who is going to talk to you about academic honor code and plagiarism. Dr. Watts.
Wow. Hey, how you doing? How many of you are going to take my global business economics class this semester?
I'm taking it again.
Taking it again? You did fun the first time, didn't you? That's all. What's wrong with you guys? You got to take the class. All right. Hey, you need to pay attention. Because what I'm going to talk about is very important to you personally. It's an important topic. This topic is plagiarism. It sounds ominous. If someone comes up to you and says, "Did you plagiarize this paper?" You know you're in trouble. You don't want to be in that position. So what is this?
It's a microphone.
We're streaming it live, so it's they can hear you, but we have student online.
You have a student online? Oh, listen up. So, plagiarism. What is it? Anybody know? Tell me. What's plagiarism?
Somebody worried about doing them right.
Absolutely. Plagiarism is presenting someone else's work as your own. It could be their work, their ideas, their theories, their data. Even more important, I'll say, you know what plagiarism is? We'll go into it in more detail, but this is the big takeaway for you today. Plagiarism is what? Cheating. Plagiarism is cheating. Repeat after me. You don't really have to say I. But repeat after me. Plagiarism is cheating. All right? Now you got no excuses. If you plagiarized, you can't say, I didn't know, Marx didn't tell us. You know it's cheating. You don't want that to happen. Because if you plagiarize and found that you plagiarized the paper, the consequences for you personally are severe. How you doing? One, you're clearly going to fail the paper. That's nothing. You're most likely also going to fail the course, and it's going to go on your transcript. I failed global business economics because Marx is a trouble teacher. No. Because of academic dishonesty. Now, when you go for a promotion at work or apply for a job, you want that on your resume? You think they're going to hire you? No, they're not going to hire a cheater. Right? And if you get caught twice, you're out of the school. And if you're an international student, you're on the next plane back to your home country. What a wonderful scene, right? Mom and dad greet you at the airport. Hi, son, how you doing? Sorry, Mom, they kicked me out of the country because I'm a cheater. So I'm making fun of it, making light of it a bit, but I want to tell you, this is so important. And we have people who have plagiarized and have been caught and have been dismissed. You do not want this to happen to you. You got too much at stake. So do not plagiarize. Usually happens with papers. For example, I give you a paper. I say, write 3 pages on the importance of leadership. And you run out of time, or you don't feel like doing it or whatnot, and your buddy over here has done something like that. You take his paper, erase his name, which is pretty easy to do today with computers, put your name on it and hand it in. Is that plagiarism? Right? You presented his work as your own. Well, everything that you include in your paper, if it is not referenced, that is, if you don't give the source, you are declaring, your name is on that paper. So if you haven't cited it, you are declaring one of 2 things. Either this is my own original work, these are my ideas, or this is common knowledge. It's like the Geico commercial on TV, everybody knows that. So if you had in your paper, George Washington was the first president of the United States, you don't have to cite that. Everybody knows that, theoretically. I'd say about 70% of Americans know it. Common knowledge you do not have to cite. But if you had in your paper, George Washington was the wealthiest president of all the presidents, is that common knowledge? You didn't know that, did you? Did you make that up? So what do you need to do? You need to source that. Where did that come from? Who came up with that idea? Who's got the data to support that George Washington is the wealthiest president of the United States? So if it's not common knowledge, you are declaring it's mine. I did this unless it's cited. And you need to cite not just whole paragraph or whole paper like the illustration, but if you even take a line, even if you change the words around a bit, but you take someone's ideas. For example, if you talked about Michael Porter's 5 forces of competition, did you make up that 5 forces of competition? Is that your idea? It's Michael Porter's. So even if you use your own words, which we encourage you to do, if the basic idea or principle or theory comes from someone else, you need to cite it. It's not yours. And do we hand him this paper? Do we give him this? If you don't have it, make sure you get it. But to say in the paper, in doubt, cite. No one ever got into trouble for too many citations. You can't go wrong. So if you wrote George Washington's first president of the United States and you put a citation down there, I would say, oh, that's nuts, but that's okay. You're not going to be penalized for that. So in doubt, cite. So it is a violation of the academic integrity code, as tells you in the little outline paper I'm going to hand out to you. And the consequences are absolutely severe. And here's even worse news for potential plagiarizers. If you plagiarize, I guarantee you will be caught. It is so easy to detect plagiarism. I've even had cases where the student plagiarizes something and the plagiarized part is in a different font, different type style, right? With references I know this person never heard of. It is so easy to see it. I don't go looking for it, but you can't miss it. Further, many faculty, maybe I think the majority of faculty, use safe assignment. That's a computer program. They'll take your paper, they'll submit it to safe assignment, and it does its magic, and it comes back, and it will highlight every word in your document that's been taken from another document that they found somewhere. So if you said George Washington was the wealthiest president ever, you didn't put a reference to that, safe assignment would find that statement and would highlight it, and it would tell the faculty where it came from. This comes from Jones' book in 1984 called The Life of George Washington. So you're going to get nailed. You're going to get nailed. Look, if worst comes to worst, you run out of time. I know the dog did something. You can't get the paper done. Flunk the paper. Fail the paper. That's not good, but failing the paper, getting a 0 on a paper is not the end of the world. Plagiarism, take my word for it, is going to be the end of the world. Be the end for a long, long time. That's going to be a piece of heavy baggage that you're going to drag around with you for years. So do not do it. Boy, and I hate being the bad guy. Why do you always make me the bad guy? I want to come in here and talk about how I'm going to make you one of the world's most brilliant leaders in this world. But I get stuck with this. But I don't want it to happen to you. It has happened. It's happened with my students. And it is an ugly sight. You want to see a man cry, you plagiarize, and you will be down on your knees crying. It is horrible. So not do it. Take a 0 for the stupid paper. Don't flunk the course and get your integrity, blemished forever. Let's see what else. There's some guidelines in here. So you usually obviously happens when you're writing a paper, and today's technology makes cutting and pasting so easy. Don't do that. Even if it's a couple of words or a couple of sentences, or even if you change the words around, if you got it from some other source, cite it. That's the best policy. You won't get in trouble doing that. What else am I going to tell you? Now, if you cite it, that's not plagiarism. On the other hand, you can't write a paper, you can't take his paper, put his name on it, put your name on it, and at the end put a big citation, right? That's not plagiarism, but that's not a very good paper. That's just a cut and paste job, right? So you can't do that either. You are expected to use other people's work. You're in an MBA program, you're not a postdoctoral candidate. So we don't expect you to do a lot of original work, come up with ideas and principles. We expect you to read what other people have done before you and demonstrate that you understand it. Put it in your own words, integrate it into your paper, and cite it. That's what we expect. We know you're going to have a lot of original thoughts. I haven't had an original thought here all day. Everything I'm telling you is, I better put some citations down to get me on film here. But 99% of everything we teach we've gotten from other people, right? We recognize that. That's fine. That's what you're expected to do. But you need to cite it. Also on direct quotes, that's obviously taken from someone else. Jones, you need to put that in quotes and then a citation. And the citations are easy. We use APA style. I think that we give him a little booklet, don't we? No? I have to raise your tuition so we can pay for these booklets there. So APA style is very easy to cite something. It's not a quote, but you took some information. George Washington's the richest president of the United States. All you do at the end of the sentence, paren, the name of the author, where it came from Smith, comma, and the date of the article or the book that it came from, 1995, and parens, period. That's all it is. And then at the end of the paper, you're going to have a list of references. And if I run down a list of references, I'll find Smith, 1998, whatever I said, with more details on the publication. That's how you cite and reference. And most faculty from papers, they'll require you, they'll say, in your paper, I want at least 10 references. And they'll all say, use APA style. That's what we use here. There are many different styles for formatting things. We just all use APA, make it simple. And it is very simple to use. Just parens, the name of the author, comma, the date. And if it's a direct quote, right? If it's a direct quote, then you also put the page number. So if I said George Washington was the world's richest president, I would just have Smith 1998. It's in that article. But if I quoted that, I said Smith says George Washington was the first president of the United States, and I put that in quotes, then I'd have to put the page number as well. So then you as the reader, you could go right to that page number, and you better find that exact quote, or else the student's doing something wrong here, or the faculty member is cheating somehow. So if it's quotes, you got add the page number in there. And most of your faculty will go over this when they give you your first of 25 papers during the class. but it's not that difficult. Any questions? Any questions on any of this? It's not difficult, it's not rocket science, but it is critical. And it's, not say I make light of it, but you know, come on, let's not be honest. You're going to be in, you're here for a couple of years, you're going to be doing a lot of papers, you're going to be in a position, despite what you got there on time management, time's going to be running out, it's late at night, this paper's due, oh my God, what am I going to do? And the temptation to plagiarize is going to be severe. Maybe I can get away with this. Maybe I can get away with this. I can't flunk this paper. The temptation's going to be there. Somebody's going to do it. Hate to say it, stats prove it, somebody's going to do it. And you're going to get caught and you're going to regret it the rest of your life. Take the 0 on the paper if you have to, if worse comes to worse. Okay, one more time. Plagiarism is what? Cheating. All right. Any other questions? Question? Yeah.
Is there any tools we can use it to check if you have some doubt about your paper?
Yes, absolutely. You can submit your paper yourself to safe assignment before you hand it in.
Oh, this is
Yes. And some faculty will actually tell you, I want you to do that. So you have a draft of your paper.
So you are fine.
You send it to safe assignment, will come back. And if you have some things that should have been cited, they'll be underlined and you go and fix it. So that's a good practice. And if you have any questions at all, you know, you can submit it to safe assignment yourself. And a lot of faculty use safe assignment. They're going to use it. But whether you use safe assignment or not, it's blatantly obvious. I guess people who cheat aren't very smart, huh? So you don't want to get caught in that situation. Any other questions? Well, I thank you very much.
You should have the academic honor code
Right.
in your folder. If you could sign that and leave it with us.
In blood.
No, just some notes.
We have 4 of our current students are here. They will take your question and they will tell you their works of life in this institution and they will take your question and answer anything that you may have.
So first I'll start out by asking them questions, and then if you feel we didn't answer any of your questions, you can ask after. So if each of you want to start out by introducing yourself, telling us your major, your professional or educational background, and how long you've been in the program.
Yeah. Good afternoon to all. I'm very happy to welcome you all to LTU. So it's gonna be your campus, your school for the next 2 years. And to introduce myself, I'm Rahul. I'm currently doing my MSIT program. I'm done with 1 year, yet to do with 2 more semesters. I'm also working as a research assistant with Dr. Justin Ko and with Dr. Eralda.
Hello, everyone. Wow, I'm so excited from here to see you. My name is Andrea. I come from Albania. It's a small country in Europe. I'm a former lawyer, but I'm pursuing my studies in MBA in business administration here. It has been 2 years, but it looks like I came yesterday, so the time just flies by so quickly. I'm so happy to be here. I have so much to share. Please, if you have questions, if you want some support, you'll find me around campus anytime, and just stop me, and I will be very happy to assist with anything.
Hi everyone, I'm Chris Orr. This is actually my 3rd stint here at Lawrence Tech, so you could say I like it here. So I'm pursuing an MBA and an MSIT, so it's a dual degree. It's going to take me about 3 years, and I just finished my 1st year with the summer semester a month ago, and that flew by. So hopefully the rest of the it'll feel like it just flew by. And I also currently work for Ford Motor Company. So I'm a working student. I've actually worked for most of my education full time. And of course, I have one master's degree from here already in electrical engineering. So I currently work for Ford IT, and that's why I'm pursuing that program.
Hi everyone, I'm Ramya Priya Gundala. You can call me Ramya. This is my third semester as well here in Lonians Tech. And it's been a great journey till now. I have met some amazing people over here, and every interaction is a learning. So please interact and reach me out. I'll be here if you need any help, or if you need to know anything. I'm doing my master's in information technology, so I hope to meet you someone soon.
So if you guys could tell us one of the biggest differences from your undergraduate degree to your master's degree. Do you want to, I guess, go down the line again?
Yeah, let me start here. So basically, I'm from the great country India. So I did my undergrad in India. So we don't had anything like safe assignment and all such things. So when I first came here, I was not lucky enough like you guys to attend the orientation program. So I was not aware of these plagiarisms and all such things. So I still remember the first assignment which I submitted in Blackboard. I was pretty excited, and I took like 6 to 7 hours to complete my assignment. And I submitted it, and I was very eagerly waiting to see the response from my professor, like how he's gonna grade me, like he's gonna grade me 80 or 90 or 100, or what's the comment I'm gonna get from him. To my surprise, I just got 0 marks from him, and I got a big comment session, and it was when I just opened it, it was with just like 15 to 20 links. So I have just taken the data from all those links. So I just mentioned everything, and it was a safe assignment, but I was not aware like what is it. As like when we are installing a software, we will just click on all the checkbox and we will install. In the same way, while submitting my assignment, it asked me for just checkbox. I didn't read anything. I just clicked on the checkbox, and I then submitted my assignment. So it was such thing. So the difference between undergrad and with the masters will be like undergrad, it will not be like much practical. You will not be doing things by your own. You'll be just copying from online sources, or you'll be doing some such sort of things. But master's level program, it will be like completely on your own. You have to think. You can take sources as a reference, but you can't use the same. It should be on your own words. So it's basically like exploring yourself. Master's program is like exploring yourself.
Well, Rahul said almost everything, but I'm just going to add up a few quick things. The difference between an undergrad and a graduate student is that, of course, you feel more mature. So everyone is expecting more from you. You have to do more research, and the thing that strikes me more is that the professor don't see you anymore as a student, but they see you as their colleague. So that's a great relationship that you create with them. And yeah, I love that fact. So you're going to look forward to that.
So definitely what Andrea said, the difference between your relationship with the professor is a pretty big deal. And I can talk a little bit about coming from a more technical undergrad program, from computer engineering and electrical engineering, to coming to a business degree, which I've primarily focused on so far in my first year. And so, I mean, a major difference there is just the amount of work that you do on your own. I mean, you're doing a lot more research, a lot more writing, and I find that a lot, very, very important. And Lawrence Tech has always been good about teaching people how to communicate and things like that. But you're in a business program, and if you're working and whatnot, you need to be able to communicate. And you find that some people out in the business world have more technical background. They don't have some of those capabilities to communicate effectively, and that's something that you're going to learn pretty quickly, and you should continue to practice that, and use this time to better learn how to communicate effectively.
Yeah, coming to me, my undergrad was in India, so I can only compare with my Indian education with an American education. So it was more of a theory in my back in India. So over here, it's more of a practice. Like in the classes, it's not more of a lecture. It's more of a discussion, interaction.
Professor want suggestions from you. They want answers from you. Like they want your previous experience, your thoughts. It's a totally an interaction and interactive session over here with the professor. So don't expect anything like there'd be something on the board and it would be taught. You have to do a lot of research. If the professor says 1% of the subject, you have to do 90% of the research, and you can get back to the professor. They are very friendly. They can guide you always. The course content over here is like they'll push your limits. Like you think I can't do it, but you can do it at the end. So at the end of the day, I can guarantee you that you'll learn a lot.
Thank you. So for our international students, some of you already touched base a little bit about the differences in the education system, but can you kind of talk about that and even maybe some culture shock you had when you got here and how to adjust to, being in the U.S.?
Yeah, I can start. It's challenging, but yet so inspiring and so fulfilling. What do I mean by that? I mean that the classrooms are pretty small, and I've been lucky so far to have a lot of international people around my class, so I've been in contact with a lot of different cultures, and that made me to expand my knowledge on them. They made me to learn how to respect them. So it has been amazing. I would say that another thing that strikes me comparing to my undergrad back home was the fact that the professors always invite you to swing by their office hours afterwards. So if you need something, you will always have their support. They are always available for you any time of the day. They have their office hours, and it's like amazing. I don't want it to end. I just want to continue this way, so I'll be here and I'll spend my knowledge and everything. So it's amazing.
So yeah, I can start off. It's like any international student. Yes, it took time for me to adjust with the new environment. I had met new people who are from various parts of the world. I have to understand them. I had issues like I don't know how to start the conversations. Maybe what's right in my culture may not be right in their culture. I don't know how to start off things. Maybe I had the fear of being misunderstood. I had all these fears, but time is a solution. Start interacting. People are very friendly. I then understood that people are open to help when approached. So you just need to reach out them. Nobody here is like, oh no, it's not. I mean, they don't object to anything. They'll explain you. So reach out. Yes, we are from different cultures. We can understand our cultures. It's a great learning. I mean, you can get to know about different things around the world. So I would say interact.
Okay. So I know a couple of you do research with our faculty. If you can kind of describe the research assistantship and what you're working on with faculty.
Yeah. I'm working as a research assistant with Dr. Justin Cohn with Dr. Eralda. So it's been like when I came here, I was not aware of all these research works and everything. I had a couple of years experience back in India with programming knowledge and all those things. And later through my friend, I got to know like there are research openings in college, and it's very recommended that you guys should try applying to it, and you will be invited by the professors for interviews. You should appear for the interview. You should just expose your knowledge and all such things. So coming to the research work with Dr. Justinko, we are working on a project with big data. So it's like we will be taking all the top 1500 CEOs data from social media network, because that's the key way to analyze a personal character or official behaviors and all such things. We are retrieving all the data from Facebook, LinkedIn, all social media networks. We're performing some NLP operations to find a CEO's personal behavior and also how it impacts the financial growth of a company. So it's analytic and comparative study, so we are working on it. And with Dr. Eralda, we are developing an Android application. So the main difference between Android and Apple is bit safe, and Android is like from security point of view, Android is not that good. So we are developing an application which enhances the security level in Android. Like the users are not aware like what are the permissions the application is accessing from them. they're just installing and using the application, but in the back end, they don't know what sort of data the application is retrieving from the end user. So we are developing an application which can alert the user, so what sort of permission is this application accessing, so what is the risk level, what is the threat level, whether is it good or bad. So the user will be aware whether to go with that application or he had to uninstall the application. So we're developing a project on this. So these are the two projects I'm working currently. Thank you.
Awesome. I had the chance to work for a year with a professor at College of Management with Dr. Kiani. It was challenging. We work on the consumer shopping behavior. We did a lot of research. We did find out how the consumer behave according to the time or different situation that might be in. How does that affect their decision making? So it takes time. It takes development from inside. You are always in touch. You touch base all the time with the professor. They give you the right path, what to do and how to continue your research. At the end, you have to submit a presentation in front of the faculty staff and also to different graduate students. It's amazing because you take critiques back and you see how good or how your job should be improved for the next semester. So it's pretty exciting. I would strongly suggest to apply to that department under the college, and hopefully you'll get it. Yeah.
Let me tell you something about the research assistantship that we have. We have 8 research assistantship in our college, and we take application after 2 semesters, one in fall, one in spring semester. What we do is all our faculty members are actually involved in doing their research, and they have a skill set that they are looking for. So once we have the application, we hand them to them, and then they will call you for interview. And if you are selected, you will work 10 hours for that particular faculty member on their research project, and the college will pay for one of your class. One of the criteria that we have for this research grant is that the student has to be a full-time student and not be working anywhere else more than 20 hours outside. So if you are interested, the deadline was 12th of August. We have several applications that we have sent to our faculty member, and if you are still interested, let me know. Thank you.
Chris, if you could kind of explain how you balance work and your personal life.
Going back to the time management.
Yeah.
I learned some things from that presentation actually that I'm going to have to try to take back. So on top of working full-time and attending master's classes full-time, I also have 3 kids. My twins actually just turned 3 2 weeks ago. So it's fun. So how do I actually go about that? Sometimes it feels like I don't have a plan, but I know deep down that I do. So it's really about making the most of the time that you know that you have set aside, right? So I work a full-time schedule, so a 9-to-5 job, and I know that during that time I need to focus on things that I have to get done at work, various projects and things like that are going on. When I get home from work, that's time that I need to focus on being a father, right? And helping my wife. She's a stay-at-home mom, so she does a full-time job as well. And so I kind of try to relieve her of her duties a little bit. And, we feed the kids dinner and play with them. They like to go out in the backyard every minute of every day. So at least that's a good thing. I like to sit in front of the TV all the time. So I chunk up the day like that. And then once they go to bed, that's when I can kind of focus on schoolwork. And I have a good 3-hour block there that I can work on, writing, reading. Reading is a big thing, right? That takes a lot of time out of your day, and you kind of need to be able to stay focused. So once the kids go to bed, which takes a little effort to get them to stay in bed, but once they are down, then I can sit down and focus. And so that's kind of how I handle things, right? I look at the time that you got some demarcation points, basically, that this is when I have to be working on certain things, and I kind of try to stick to that.
So with the time you have, how many courses would you recommend?
So I might be out of my mind. My first 2 semesters, I actually took 2 courses here, and I took a course, I tried to take one of the prerequisites at a community college. So for the first 2 semesters, I took 3 classes. That was probably too much. The summer semester here, when I took 2 courses for the first time, it was much better. I mean, with the time that I have, 2 courses fits in pretty good.
Okay. So speaking of courses, if maybe Ramya, you could explain how a typical class is on campus for us, what you do in the classroom, and.
Yeah. So coming to my classes, I had been here for 2 semesters. I have taken 2 courses per semester, and it is pretty good that I have taken 2 courses per semester. I could do justice, I could read a lot, research a lot, and I could write my papers, and I could understand what I write properly. So I would suggest you should take 2 courses per semester. Yeah.
If I can add something really quick, I would say that they are, as I mentioned before, they are pretty small classes. Round table gives the opportunity to everyone to catch up, to discuss, to get involved. So don't feel shy to give your opinions. I know sometimes English is kind of difficulties for us internationals at the beginning, but I do promise you, nor the teacher or your classmates would ever joke about that. They'll try to understand, to support you, so please speak up. And what I mean by speak up is I might have regretted not sharing some of my opinions during my classroom, so now that I'm here after 2 years, I would say like, why did I miss that? It was a great idea. Why didn't I share it with the classmates? So please speak up. Doesn't matter your level of English, you will catch up pretty soon. You'll fit in like in no time. That's for sure.
Have any of you taken an online course at all? Do you want to kind of explain the format of that?
That's a very good point as far as time management goes as well, because I try to take at least 1 online course every semester, just so I don't have to come to the campus, right, twice a week. Makes things kind of difficult, but I think the online courses are really good. And as far as the format goes, I mean, it's, they set up discussion boards basically, and usually it starts off with like a meet and greet kind of thing. Like some of the professors will use Google Hangouts, and you'll have an opportunity to actually meet everyone, because there actually are some people that are taking the courses, in other locations in the country, right? And so you get an opportunity to actually see people and interact with them at the beginning of the semester. That way you kind of know and get a feel for your classmates, without the benefit of having the whole classroom experience. And so for the most part, you'll find that there are, assignments every week, and the week typically starts on Monday and goes until Sunday night at 11:59, right? And for the most part, there'll be some assignments or a paper, a small paper due at the end of the week. And then during the week, there'll be some discussion boards, and that's kind of the common thread that I've found so far in all 3 of the online courses that I've taken. So you post a response to the discussion topic, and then you'll need to go ahead and comment on other people's and kind of fuel the discussion a little bit. And sometimes it goes beyond that when you get kind of, when it's a topic that's interesting, you'll start to talk about, to more than the required number of posts you'll have to make. And so those will be due at, various times during the week, and then, like I said, there'll be an assignment that's due at the end of the week. And one of the courses I took online actually had a midterm and a final that they gave you the whole weekend basically to do, right? They would send you the professor sent over the questions, and you had from Friday to Sunday to complete it. But the other 2 courses didn't have any kind of structure like that, like a set midterm and a set final. You just had some various assignments and papers to complete.
Okay, thank you. So all of you have had at least 1 year under your belt here. So is there anything that you wish you knew as an incoming student that you know now?
That's interesting. Well, Rahul touched base with the plagiarism, and as the professor mentioned before, that it's very, very important to know everything about that. I would have loved to have a proper English, as I mentioned before, but that's not a big deal. You'll get up and you'll catch up with that pretty soon. What else? It struck me a relationship that I have with my professors. I do value that experience like enormously because they have helped me so much being in contact with them and giving them. They also like provided to me like extra research materials that help me with my due papers, with my courses, with everything. But I would also mention the library is a pretty good resource to do your researching. Go there. The people over there are pretty supportive, and they will give you any information you need, any research, any book that would help you a lot with your papers during the class or with anything. So these are the kind of things that I appreciate and I value a lot on campus.
To add up with I would like to suggest all the international students to be a good observer, like because all the rules and regulations, everything is completely changed from your back in your country to this place. It's gonna be completely changed. So it's better that you guys should be a good observer for the next 2 or 3 months, so that you guys can learn like what are the things, like how things run over here. So what you should do, what not to do, everything you can just understand. So it's better that you guys have to be a good observer for the next 2 or 3 months.
I would suggest that you have to interact with the people in your class, interact a lot with your professor, ask questions till you are logically connected or you are satisfied with the answer. Take an appointment with the professor. You can personally meet them and ask them if you have any questions, or if you are interested in a particular topic, they are open to explain you personally. So I would say utilize all those opportunities. We got an opportunity here, so I would say take the best out of it, because you have some amazingly highly knowledgeable people around you. So you have to
Take a
this.
chance.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So do any of you have questions for?
No
our
difficult
friends?
questions, just easy ones. We don't accept difficult ones.
No. Justin.
Did you get your job done?
So the professor?
Did you get your job done today?
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring something that I overlooked. We have an executive in residence person here, and his name is Mr. Rick Bloom. He is one of the best financial advisor in the country by CNBC, and he will be coming every semester. He has office hours that he has established, and he will be here. If you are looking, he's a lawyer, he is an accountant, and he has MBA. So if you are looking for career goals, mentoring, or question about your student loan or finance, please feel to come here. We will be establishing his office hours within a couple of days. Okay, so please take advantage of that.
Please don't
that
miss
resource.
that lecture. It's amazing. That guy is amazing.
He's very good.
Yeah.
So we would just like to thank our current students for helping us out today. We have some gifts for
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's unexpected. Thank you. Thank you. I can't wait to open it.
Thank you for coming. I really appreciate your time, and good luck with your semester. You know that we are available Monday through Friday, and by email, by phone calls, or walk-ins. You don't have to make an appointment. Our faculty have office hours starting this Monday. Please feel free to come and ask them questions if you have them, because I see that some of the students are very hesitant to go to our faculty member. They think, they're busy. I don't want to disturb them. Trust me, they're waiting for you too.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you so much, and have a safe ride back.
Thank you.
You can
Yes.
leave them on the table.
Yeah, we'll take that.
It was such a pleasure. Such a pleasure to meet you, Chris.